Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome to Alex Builds. We've now got the power mod for the build the T800 Terminator by Modelmodz. So that's right, we've now got a power mod for our T800 Terminator. So my Terminator has been sat behind me for quite a while. It's been sat there, finished that middle of last year. And yeah, rarely turn it on. That's because the batteries just do not last in the base or the head. They just drain the batteries completely. So a power mod has been really needed for that. So yeah, Modelmodz have now provided us with a power mod. So this is available now on their store. So I will leave links down in the description down below. You head on over to modelmodz.com and you can pick this up today. This is really easy to install and it's really inconspicuous as well. So you won't even know it's there. So first off, I think what we're going to do is take a look in the box. So here it is here, our Terminator power mod. Have a look at that big chunky box that we get. Really nice packaging. I do like the boxes that Modelmodz send them in. So when we open this, we've got our little sponge with Modelmodz on there. I will leave their links down on the bottom of the screen for this part. We got our file to start off with. We're going to need to use that for the back of the skull because we're going to have to open a bit of the skull up so this cable can go through to power the head. I've got our thank you cards from Modelmodz. We also get some glue, some stickers, and all the parts for the actual power mod itself. So this is the mains power cable, the power switch, the plug, power extension cable, and then we get lots of different plug types for depending on where you are in the world. You can select your plug type. So the main bulk of the work that we're going to be doing to install this is going to be in the base. So we're going to have to disassemble the underside of the base just a little bit and retract the poles and take them out. So we're going to be doing that in this video. I'm going to show you how to completely install this power mod step by step, and we're also going to be filing the back of the head. It's good that they included a file in there as well, so if you haven't got one, don't worry, they do send you one. So without further ado, let's crack on, dust off the old Terminator and install this power mod. So I have got the base here. I have removed the top of the poles. That's just 2 screws. So that battery compartment we're going to be taking off in a minute. So basically I'm going to be undoing this and taking this out. So what I'd undo the black screws. Once you've got them 4 screws out, then you then want to take this panel off here. So we're going to undo the 4 black screws on this side here. That's the one next to the battery compartment. So with that done, you can remove this plate and this panel here. So I'm going to pull this panel out first, just like so. And then I'm going to remove this plate with the poles in. So you just pull that out, all the way out. So with all that removed, we've now got access to all the compartments we need. So I've got dead batteries in here, so we want to unplug them, which is this cable just here. So just follow the cable along and unplug that one. We want to remove this from here, so unclip that. We do not need this part with the batteries and cable in no more, so you can put them to the side, but we are going to be needing this part here. We're going to be gluing that onto the side here, just like that. So we are going to need to put a little hole just in the center here first. So I'm going to drill a hole just for the center there, which I've now gone ahead and done just there. I used an 8mm drill bit for that. Now we can take our mains power cable, and with this little side here, this little connection here, we want to feed that through that hole there. So we've got that power adapter just on the side, just like that. On the back edge of this, we can now take the supplied little nut and we can secure that on the back. So let's secure this down. All the way down, nice and tight onto the back of that. You can use some pliers, or if you've got a little spanner that will fit that, you can use that. But yeah, that is nice and secure on there now. So we're now going to need our mains harness base and head cable. That is this one here, and this end here with the one connection on it is going to be fed up to the head, and these 2 connections are what we're going to use down here. So the first thing we can do is we can connect up these, so we make sure we've got pos with pos, neg with neg, or red with red, black with black, just like that. Then just next to that, there's this little connection here. That's to replace where we had the batteries plugged in, so we can plug that into there, just like that. Now we can take the supply glue and we can glue this onto the side just here, so that goes that way round. Now we can take this supply glue and we can apply some to the sides here. So you don't want to apply it to this edge here or the bottom edge here, because they're not going to touch nothing. So it's just the sides here. So a little dollop just down there, and this side here as well. So just round there. You glue this in place. Slide that down. That's going to be glued in place just on there. So make sure you do get it right and fitted nicely into the right place. So about there is perfect. So I'm going to leave mine right about there, which is perfect for me. So that is us pretty much finished with the base. The only thing left to do is we can take this big long cable here and we can feed that through. So you can pick a hole. I'm going to go with this one. I'm going to feed that through just here. So let's get that all the way through. There is enough slack on this so you can have that coming out like that. So there is more than enough cable for that to go up and meet the head. So now we can put the poles back in and this part back on here. So now sliding that back in, make sure your power mod doesn't get in the way of any of your screw ports. So mine does not, so we're fine. So I can secure that back on there. So that is our base all back together. We have this cable coming out here and we're going to be taping this up the side here and you barely see it. So we need to put this part back on. So we want to make sure we've got this part facing the front again. So I've now had to bring you over to the floor because there's no way I can get this in camera shot. So we've got our cable that's coming up through the base. Basically what I want to do is I want to come up the back here, feed this underneath and in between those two parts there. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to come up in between them, gently pull that through, just like that. So we've got this coming this side around the back and then it comes up through the center of this part here. Now we're going to need our Terminator, so I'm going to bring the Terminator back and get him back on his stand. Okay, so we've got the Terminator back on his stand and the cable is coming up through the two parts on his back just there. So that is going to be hidden down there. Now this is going to be hidden up his back and you can hide that in the spine. We need to get rid of this battery box in here first. So what I'm going to do is unplug that battery box and remove that. We don't need that anymore. So now this cable can get plugged into where that battery box was plugged into. So just here, just like that. Now we can go ahead and tidy up these cables. So I'm going to have that cable going into the back of his head like that, and then coming down the front. I want it sort of in the center like that. So I'm going to use the supply glue and I'm going to glue, I do recommend you glue it as well, this cable just in the spine piece just there. So I'm just applying a touch of glue just in the center of the spine. So just there. You don't need a lot. So I'm going to push that down there now, just like that. Now that will hold that for us, and that cable's forever going to be hidden. Now we're going to get some tape and we're going to tape this cable down the back of this pole. So we do want to take away the slack so we can push that back through the base. So let's push that back through. We can now use these supplied stickers to tidy this cable up down the back. So I'm going to have it just right in the center down the back so you cannot see this from the front. That's the first one on. They do supply you with these clear stickers as well, so it's quite easy to do. Let's get the second one. I'm going to put this one just at the bottom of the first pole. Just like that. I'm going to put one more right at the bottom. That's going to hide all this cable. So now you can feed through the last of the slack and apply this one down on top. So just there. Just like that. And you ain't going to see that from the front. You can barely see it on camera now. And the way it comes up the back, it does blend in quite nicely on the back here. But on the pole, you can't see that on the pole. It's very, very inconspicuous. So the final couple of steps now, and basically we're going to take this little file and we're going to file in the center just here. That's going to create a little loop just there so that cable that we put in the back of the head can pass through. So I'm going to sit here and I'm going to file that. Shouldn't take too long to file. Yeah, basically we're just going to keep filing down just like that. So with that done, I've sat there, it took about 10-15 minutes just to file that little hole just at the back there, just like that. So you want that there. That's why we're going to pass the cable through on the back of the head. So we can take this part, and with that little lump there, we can just plug this onto the back of the head just like that, and the cable sits nicely in the back just like that. So the only thing left to do now is to take our switch and our plug and plug it all in. So as you can see, I've got the Terminator plugged in there. The switch is on there, so do make sure that the switch is on before you power it on. So the only thing left to do is power it on and initiate the head. So to turn the head on, I'm going to remove that and I'm going to press and hold that button until we hear that little sound. So we can turn that on like that. Make sure the base is on, so I'm going to flip the Terminator around. So as you can see, here he is here. If I turn the eyes on, the eyes come on, and let's do the jaws. So if you can move the eyes left and right, they weren't that good anyway. Operate the jaw. Batteries are dying in a remote. So now let's turn the base lights on. So just going to tilt you down so you can see the base lights coming on. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So look at that. Our Terminator can now be powered behind me all the time. I don't need no need for swapping batteries all the time or anything like that. Yeah, that is the Modelmodz power mod. There you are, guys. That is the Build the Terminator power mod from Modelmodz, all complete. Take a look at that behind me. We've got him fully powered behind me working. Not on batteries anymore. He's mains powered, so he can stay on all the time. So yeah, really, really good. So there is more mods coming from Modelmodz very, very soon. So do keep your eyes peeled to their Facebook pages and yeah, also their website as well. Links will be down in the description below. So again, if you want to pick this up, make sure you do head on over to modelmodz.com. Your Terminator is not complete until it's got a power mod in there. The batteries are not good enough to thingy it. Basically, the circuit boards just draw power from the batteries all the time and drain your batteries, so they won't even last one day with the batteries in there. So this is an absolute must-have. They give you all the kit. The only thing that you will need that they do not supply is a little drill bit to drill your hole in the base, and that's it. So it's an 8mm drill bit. Just drill your hole. And yeah, good to go. So I hope you enjoyed this video, guys. If you did, please remember to leave a like down below. And if you haven't already subscribed, please hit that subscribe button. And I'll see you all next time. Take care. Bye-bye.